Well, that's a hell of a video title to have after being gone for as long as I have. Now, I know the video title seems bad, but if you just hear me out, you'll understand that it's not as bad as it looks, and I know a lot of the things I'm going to talk about to prove my point are old, but it's all stuff that's kind of just built up over time, okay? Okay. Now, when you hear the phrase, anime is for everyone, what do you think? What do you think when you hear that phrase? Just, off the top of your dome, what do you think when you hear the phrase, anime is for everyone? When I hear that phrase, I think anime is for everyone regardless of things like gender, race, sexuality, everything in between those categories. If you fall, anime is for everyone regardless of all of those things. But there are those people that seem to think that anime for everyone means something a lot more extreme. Basically something along the lines of, I don't know, if I don't like it, it's bad. And 9 times out of 10, that's resulted in people getting upset over very stupid things, like, anime characters having big titties. That's been one that's kind of circulated over the years, but it's gotten a lot worse as of late, to the point where people are going out of the way to basically make up things to be upset about in regards to a lot of shows, basically making up controversy just for the sake of clout, because anime is trendy now. And some of you may know where this is going, some of you may not, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it anyways, regardless of where you are in that group. Spy Family. This is one of the most wholesome shows that's come out as of late, in my personal opinion. And anyone that watches this show that has even half a functioning brain cell will tell you that there's nothing really super controversial about this show. There's nothing really to get super upset and butthurt about with this show, unless you're just, really trying to look, and even, everyone remembers this one that was circulating around not too long ago, right? I'm not the only one. I hate the way they sexualize the little girl in the show whenever she's with her dad. What? I'm sorry. All that's happening here is that the child is being picked up by her dad. What about that is sexual? Were you not held as a child? Were you not loved as a child? Or did your parents love you a little too much in a special way? Or, am I missing something here? What? This isn't the only example of this. There was one thing that was going around Twitter about someone saying, oh, why are there no black people in this show? Where are the black people at? Why is everyone in this show just white and straight? Why does the race and sexuality of the characters in a show like this matter? And why are these the questions that you're asking instead of just, sitting down and watching the fucking show? There are other shows that give you these things. Netflix is full of them. Next, we're going to be talking about people getting upset over literal pieces of plastic. This is another one you might be aware of, but I'm going to talk about it anyways, just because I like hearing the sound of my own voice, I guess. So everyone knows Dress Up Darling, there's merchandise for that too. There's one kind of, I guess, infamous piece of merchandise. A figure of Marin Kitagawa that has a nude variant. Everyone got... not everyone, but a lot of people got super upset over this when it came out, and ever since then, there's been this trend of companies taking, some of these IPs and making official, I guess, hentai merchandise of them. Something that's never really been done until recently, at least not for some of these IPs that I'm going to be talking about. Some I have examples here are Mikasa and Eren from Attack on Titan. Yes, these are real. And even Yor from Spy Family, like I said, wholesome show. Yes, this is real, and it has hentai merch of it. Now, I get that people get upset whenever... I get people in the West get upset whenever, things have titties, or when things are, about sex or whatever for some reason. But in the case of these fucking figures... I have a little secret for these people. That secret is you don't have to fucking buy them! You don't have to buy them. I don't understand why they're getting so upset over these pieces of plastic when they don't even have to fucking buy them. They're there for the people that do want to buy them. If you're not one of those people, then shut the fuck up already. Now you might be asking, why am I getting upset over all this? Why am I getting upset over these people that are clearly just trying to shit on anime because, ooh, it's popular and it's trendy and blah, 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 blah. Why am I getting upset over all this? That's because the people that are in charge of, officially licensing and distributing anime out in the West, they listen to these people. They cater to these people, despite the fact that these people are very clearly not the people that are paying for their services. Everyone remembers a show called World's End Harem, right? And even if you don't, just the name alone should tell you that there's gonna be some weird, some sus shit happening in this fucking show, and you'd be right. But unfortunately, I can't give you any details about them because of how Crunchyroll has been streaming them. Crunchyroll decided that they wanted to have the cake and eat it too when it came to World's End Harem. They're still going to, broadcast and distribute the show, but they're also going to do it in a way that basically makes it fucking worthless to watch the show. I'm talking about censorship, baby, and this is something that people have been talking about for a hot minute to the point where it's no longer fucking fun to talk about it anymore. Things like the censorship getting so bad that basically the entire fucking screen is blacked out, and even them censoring something as simple as kissing on screen. It's as if they think they're showing this to children. Are you shitting me? I don't understand the thought process behind this. The kind of people that bitch about this shit are clearly not the ones that are paying for this stuff, and yet those are the people that these companies are fucking listening to. You might ask, why not just pirate everything? Why not just watch all of your shows for free so you can get them uncensored and all that other shit? Besides the fact that those websites are hella fucking dangerous for your devices and just your general safety on the internet, unless you pay for a VPN, which, let's be honest, if we're going out here watching shit for free, we're broke as fuck anyways. We're not paying for a VPN. Those websites are getting shut down a lot faster and faster as time goes on, just as a result of the fact that anime is popular. Anime is mainstream in the West, which means that anytime that someone is going out of the way to pirate a show instead of paying for it on the platform that's officially distributing it, that company is losing money, which means they're going to go out of their way to shut down what is making them lose money. So now the only reliable way for you to watch these shows is to pay for a service that is outright ruining their own product because the people in the back of the fucking room that want to just bitch and whine because anime is trendy and it's trendy and popular to bitch. These kinds of people, anime is not for them. Anime is not for these people. And I don't think I'm alone in that fucking thought process. I don't think I'm the only one thinking that. Next is the other fucking side of this. The other side, they're just so quote-unquote dedicated to anime that every time that something that even remotely does not align with what they think comes up, this is an anime. This is anime trying to get too political. This is them trying to be too political. Something as simple as a black voice actress being confirmed to be the voice actress in a show is enough to get these people in a fucking tizzy. Now, voice acting is something that I have a personal connection with just because I wanted to be a voice actor at one point in my life. So when I see people going off like this just because they believe that, oh, you can't have a voice actor that is a person of color or a voice actor that's trans or gay or anything like that without it just being them trying to get political, without them just trying to bring politics into their anime, without them just trying to, be woke or any of that other shit. And in the case of voice acting, what does it fucking matter what the person doing the voice looks like? You're never going to see the person doing the voice of your favorite character. 9 times out of 10, if you're just watching the show for the sake of watching the show, then you're not even going to look up who the voice actor is. And most of the time, the kind of people that bitch like this don't even do English dubs of shows and games anyways. So why does it matter to them? They're not going to partake in this version of the show, so why does it matter? And in regards to the whole voice acting thing and how little I believe it matters what a voice actor looks like or whatever, just because, how their performance may be, I'm going to give you an example of 2 characters that are voiced by the same person. And when I showed this example to a few friends of mine, they didn't believe me when I said that these were the same voices. So just have a watch, have a listen of these, and you'll see what I mean. Remember, these two characters that I'm about to show you examples of back to back are done by the same voice actor.
Twice you call me Porky, you bastard! You're stretching my poor Greg.
Who will spare my brother's pain? Who will soothe my brother's despair? He murdered my little brother Loppy, and you'll stand there and tell me it was for the greater good?
Granted, that's not as much of an extreme case as I could have picked out, but the fact that there are people that I've talked to that didn't even know that those two were voiced by the same person tells me that the voice actor, how they look, who they are, it doesn't matter. So why does it matter what race or sexuality or anything that a certain voice actor is if it doesn't have an effect on their performance as whatever character they're cast as? I don't understand why this is this much of an issue for these kinds of people. It's also these kinds of people that when given the information that a good chunk of anime and manga is created by, you know, women creators in Japan, they'll say something along the lines of, "Oh, well, I guess that's why anime and manga that's been coming out lately has been shit," while also having profile pictures and shows in their favorites list that were created by female authors and creators. Stuff like, you know, Full Metal Alchemist. I believe Demon Slayer is one of them. It's as if they don't fucking know. They're commenting on something that they don't know as if they're a fucking expert on it. And it's people like that are the reason why the people on the other fucking side of this video end up looking at anime as something that's super toxic, super sexist, super racist, all this shit. Because we have quote-unquote fans in the anime community that fucking breed that kind of image for us. The kind of people that will go out of their way to say some racist or sexist shit because they think that's what anime is about. When anyone that's actually in the industry will tell you that is not the case. So I think it's safe to say that these people are also the kind of people that anime is not for. Whenever someone says anime is for everyone, and you try to tell them the kind of people that anime is actually for, these are the kind of people that will say, no, anime is not for them because, you know, some stupid fucking reason. Either because they're black, or because they're a woman, or something fucking stupid like that. That's basically my entire fucking rant, and the reason why I've been going on this for about as long as I have. And the reason why I decided to actually make this video and come back after being gone for as long as I have, because this is something that's just been building up. Is anime for everyone? If you're talking the case of like, oh, does it matter if you're gay, or what race you are, or what gender, if you're saying something like that, then yes, anime is for everyone. But if we're talking the case of these kind of people, they're like, oh, they'll watch a show and try to find a reason to be angry about it, try to say that it's offensive, or if they're the kind of people that will just say some absolute racist or sexist, just vile shit, because they either don't know how to interact with the world around them, or they just have this preconceived notion of what anime should be just because they don't have a fucking life, then no. Anime is not for those groups of people. And if you try to tell me otherwise with some bullshit reason, then I'm sorry, I'm going to have to disagree. Because it's those kinds of people on both ends that make it so goddamn difficult to even and publicly say, hey, I like anime, I like manga, I like this, I like that. Because I have to deal with either people assuming that I'm one of those people that gets upset over every little thing, gets upset over a show having a little titty here, or getting upset over, honestly, nothing and just making shit up. Or I have to deal with people thinking that I'm some sort of racist, sexist, homophobic, whatever. I'm neither of those things. And there are a lot of people out there that are neither of those things. Those two groups are the minority in this whole conversation. But because of how loud they are, and because of how prominent they are on Twitter, or Facebook, Instagram, just social media and the internet in general, because those kinds of toxic groups are just fucking everywhere, despite their lower numbers, that's what makes everything else look bad. That's probably even part of the reason why that point I made earlier about companies pandering to the super sensitive group, it's probably the second group that I've talked about today that's the reason why they feel the need to do that. Because they feel like they need to weed out the people that are spreading all this hateful shit. And it's honestly just upsetting. It's shit like this that's the reason why there are a good amount of people that are just in that little bit in the middle between the two extremes that will say something like, anime being popular, anime being mainstream was a mistake. That they would rather it still be this niche thing that they keep in their closet instead of something that they can be proud of, because they can't even be proud of it with these kinds of people around on either end. Am I gonna make another video soon? I don't fucking know. I have ideas, but I don't know if I'm gonna fucking make them. Depends on how well I feel after uploading this bullshit. I'll catch you guys another fucking time. Jesus Christ, I have a fucking headache after recording this shit.